If you own a Toyota with a CV transmission, there is a very good chance you are making at least one mistake right now that is specifically, uniquely dangerous to that transmission in a way that would not be nearly as damaging in any other type of vehicle. Not a regular automatic. Not a manual. A CVT. And the reason it matters so much is that a CVT failure does not give you the same warning window that a conventional automatic does. When a CVT goes, it often goes fast, it goes completely, and the repair bill arrives with almost no warning. We are talking $4,000 to $8,000 depending on your model, and Toyota does not make it cheap. Today, I am going through everything CVT owners need to know. What makes a Toyota CVT fundamentally different from a conventional automatic, and why that difference changes everything about how you need to maintain and drive it. The specific mistakes that destroy Toyota CVTs faster than anything else. The warning signs that are unique to CVTs that most owners completely miss. And what you need to do right now, today, if you want your CVT to last as long as the rest of your Toyota. If you drive a Corolla, a CHR, a Prius, or any Toyota hybrid with an eCVT, this video was made specifically for you. Drop your Toyota model and mileage in the comments right now before we go any further. I especially want to hear from the CVT owners in the audience what model you have and whether you have ever had any CVT work done. And if you are not subscribed, do that now. Let's get into it. First, let us clear up the most common misconception about Toyota CVTs, because this misconception is directly responsible for most of the premature failures we see. Most Toyota owners with a CV treat it exactly like a conventional automatic transmission. Same maintenance intervals, same driving habits, same fluid change schedule, and that is a serious mistake, because a CVT is not a conventional automatic, not even close. It is a fundamentally different machine and it needs to be treated like one. A conventional automatic transmission uses a series of fixed gear ratios, clutch packs, and a torque converter to move through discrete gears. A CVT uses two variable diameter pulleys connected by a steel belt or chain to create an infinite number of effective gear ratios with no fixed steps between them. There are no gear changes because there are no gears. The pulleys continuously adjust their diameter to keep the engine in its optimal RPM range across the entire speed spectrum. This is why CVTs are smoother and more fuel efficient than conventional automatics in normal driving. But that steel belt or chain running between those two pulleys is under enormous tension, and it is running in constant contact with the pulley surfaces every single second you are driving. That contact generates heat, it generates microscopic metal wear particles, and it generates friction that the CVT fluid has to manage continuously, not intermittently the way clutch pack fluid does in a conventional automatic. Continuously. This is the core of why CVT fluid maintenance is not just important, it is urgent in a way that conventional automatic fluid maintenance simply is not. Degraded CVT fluid does not just reduce lubrication efficiency, it actively allows those metal wear particles to accumulate and circulate through the system. Those particles score the pulley surfaces. Scored pulleys cause the belt or chain to slip under load. A slipping belt generates more heat. More heat degrades the fluid faster. And unlike a conventional automatic where you might get thousands of miles of warning signs before complete failure, a CVT with a slipping belt can go from slightly degraded performance to complete failure in a matter of weeks. The failure curve is steep, and it does not give you much time to respond once it starts. Toyota's official CVT fluid change interval varies by model, but generally falls between 60,000 and 100,000 miles. That interval is not appropriate for any CVT owner who drives in real-world conditions, stop-and-go traffic, hot climates, hilly terrain, or any towing whatsoever. The owners whose Toyota CVTs are still running cleanly at 200,000 miles are changing their CVT fluid every 30 to 40,000 miles without exception, and they are using Toyota Genuine CVT fluid every single time, not a compatible equivalent. Toyota Genuine. The viscosity profile and additive package in Toyota's CVT fluid is matched specifically to the pulley and belt tolerances in their transmissions. Using a substitute introduces variables that a system running under this much continuous tension cannot tolerate the way a conventional automatic can. A CVT fluid service at an independent shop runs $150 to $250. A CVT replacement on a current Corolla starts at $4,000 and can reach $7,000 depending on labor rates in your area. There is no version of that math that makes waiting until 80,000 miles for a fluid change the right decision. Alright, if you just looked up your last fluid change date and realized it has been too long, hit that like button right now and go make a service appointment this week. Not next month. This week. The like helps this video reach other Toyota CVT owners before they find themselves on the wrong end of that math. Let's keep going because the next part is where most CVT owners make their biggest mistake. The driving habit that destroys Toyota CVTs faster than any other single behavior is hard acceleration from a stop, not aggressive driving in general. Specifically, hard acceleration from a complete standstill. Here is why it matters so much more in a CVT than in a conventional automatic. When you floor a conventional automatic from a stop, the torque converter absorbs and cushions the initial load before it reaches the transmission. The clutch packs engage progressively. The system has mechanical buffers built in. When you floor a CVT from a stop, the steel belt is immediately placed under maximum tension between the two pulleys at their smallest and largest diameter settings simultaneously. There is no torque converter cushion in most CVTs. The belt takes the full load of engine torque immediately. At normal throttle that is fine, the system was designed for it. At full throttle from a stop repeatedly over years of ownership, the belt and pulley surfaces accumulate stress that shows up as microscopic surface fatigue long before any symptom is detectable. And when that fatigue reaches a threshold, the failure is not gradual. It is sudden. The fix is simple and it is free. Accelerate smoothly and progressively from stops. You do not have to drive slowly, you do not have to baby it at highway speeds or during normal acceleration. Just eliminate the full throttle launch from a standstill as a habit. Your CVT will last dramatically longer for it, and your fuel economy will improve at the same time. The next mistake is one that catches even careful Toyota owners off guard: towing with a CVT-equipped vehicle without an external cooler. Most Toyota CVTs are not rated for significant towing loads, and the ones that are have tighter margins than conventional automatics of comparable size. The continuous belt tension under towing loads generates heat at a rate that the stock cooling system on many Toyota CVTs struggles to manage on long hauls or in hot weather. If you tow with your Corolla Cross, your CHR, or any other CVT Toyota even occasionally, an external CVT cooler is not optional equipment. It is the single most protective upgrade you can make. Cost installed is $200 to $400. The transmission it protects costs 15 to 20 times that to replace. Now let's talk about the warning signs that are specific to CVTs, because they are different from what conventional automatic owners are trained to watch for. The first is a high-pitched whining or droning sound that increases with vehicle speed. This is not engine noise. It is the CVT belt or chain running under tension with inadequate lubrication or on scored pulley surfaces. Most owners assume it is a wheel bearing and ignore it for months. It is not a wheel bearing. Get it checked immediately. The second warning sign is a rubber burning smell after moderate to hard driving. CVT belts are steel, but the pulley contact surfaces use friction coatings that can overheat and off gas when the fluid is degraded. If you smell anything burnt after driving and you have a CVT, that smell is coming from inside the transmission, and it means the fluid needs to be changed that day. The third warning sign is a sudden change in the way the engine revs during acceleration, where the RPMs climb higher than usual for your speed without a corresponding increase in acceleration. This is belt slip, and it means the CVT is already past the early warning stage. At this point, a fluid change may stabilize things temporarily, but a full inspection is required to assess how much pulley surface damage has already occurred. Here is the bottom line for every Toyota CVT owner watching this. Your CVT is an extraordinary piece of engineering that makes your Toyota smoother, more efficient, and more refined than a conventional automatic would. But it is not forgiving. It does not give you the long warning window that a conventional automatic does before something becomes serious. It rewards consistent, attentive ownership, and it punishes neglect faster than almost any other drivetrain component in the automotive world. Change your fluid at 30 to 40,000 miles with Toyota Genuine Fluid. Accelerate smoothly from stops. Never tow without a cooler. Know your warning signs and act on them the same week you notice them. Do those 4 things, and your Toyota CVT will give you every mile it was built to give you. Skip any one of them consistently, and the timeline to a very expensive conversation with your service advisor gets a lot shorter than you want it to be. Drop your CVT model and mileage in the comments and tell me honestly, when was the last time your CVT fluid was changed? I want to see the real numbers from real owners. And if you know someone driving a Toyota CVT who has never thought about any of this, send this to them today. It might be the most useful 5 minutes they spend this week. See you in the next one.